We are coming to you live tonight from Riverside, California, at the Fox Performing Arts Center, and it's in a beautiful theater it is. And Riverside is we've never stayed in Riverside, and so because Riverside has always been a place where let's get in there and get the fuck out. Because it's closer, you know, because it's on its way to places, because there are other places that we go to perform at, and you know, and so we'll go on to the next place, like, you know, Palm Springs and stuff like that, or up back to Los Angeles, and we've dismissed it, and that was a mistake. If you you're going to want to come here, and you're going to want to go to the Mission Inn, and I realized that the whole room didn't applaud, because this is still a town that kind of hates itself. So it's kind of like, oh no, they didn't even like my parents, these fuckers. So. But it really is. It is one of the. It's like. I've never been in a hotel where you literally can wander around, and it's a hotel. It's a museum. It's a hotel. It's a museum. It's fucking every time you turn around, there is shit going on. They're just fucking spectacular. I don't even know how to just fucking come here. And then, as John pointed out to me today, that there's not only that, if you have a kind of a yen for, gee, I'd like to be a diabetic in a weekend, there are 4 cupcake places, literally, within spitting that you could spit and be at the next cupcake place. And there are all of these kind of unique little shops, and some of them are selling things that it's literally like, holy fuck, is the circus in town? But it isn't far from Los Angeles, and it's well worth your time. I'm quite serious, and now we'll get to this. This is from Matt. He's here tonight. He said, I brought my 13-year-old to the show tonight. Oh yeah, right. From Californians. Really? From the hippest place, one of the hippest fucking states. A 13-year-old boy, that's out of control. With the president we have, 13 is not young. Okay? He's older than the president. Matt, are you still here? Good. And your 13-year-old, I don't think, is damaged. Because I don't think, there was something I was saying at the beginning about, I went off for a little bit there at the beginning, and I did think, oh my God, there's a 13-year-old here, and then I thought, fuck it. So, because I'm the kind of comic that I sought out when I was 13. When I was 13, I sought out Lenny Bruce and George Carlin. And I'm not damaged goods. Why are there so many George Lucas and James Cameron lookalikes in the audience? Maybe there's a contest tomorrow we don't know about, the George Lucas, James Cameron lookalike contest. I have no idea, and I certainly until we, you know, I go and sign autographs. Maybe they're all show up there. I go, wow. Why the hell do blow-up dolls look exactly the same today as they did in 1970? That was from Andrew, and Andrew, I would just like to say, how the fuck would you know? That's 46 years of you going, boy, I wish they'd come up with a new one. This is from Lee, I guess, she's in the audience. I'm high right now, but my husband is not. Should I feel guilty or should I feel anything at all? This is from Richard, who's in the audience. And when will Republicans get their head out of the czar's ass and realize he's leading our country to hell? Vietnam combat wounded Marine. I've paid my dues. This son of a bitch, draft-dodging cocksucker needs to be stood up to, or we're on the road to destruction. I think that when a Vietnam vet, and a Marine, and one who's been wounded, tells us something, and I've always loved because I didn't end up in Vietnam because of the numbers. I got a break on my number. My lottery number was high. It's the only thing I ever fucking won. But it's huge. And but I always feel we had a close friend who was there, and I always feel like it's really important to listen to what they have to say. And I love when they nail the guy who didn't go to war as a draft-dodging cocksucker.
Hey, Lou.
Yeah.
I think it's actually worth telling the story of your good friend who was in Vietnam, what his name is, and what he had to put up with because of his name.
I don't remember that.
Dave?
Well, Dave Peace. His name was Dave Peace. But I mean, I don't remember the story.
But it's spelled P-E-A.
P-A-C-E. So he's wandering around with this peace thing on his chest.
Everyone thought he was being a smartass all the time. He was always being yelled at by people of higher rank. You think that's funny? Oh, it's my fucking name.
Yeah, no, he really is unbelievable. And came back with an extraordinary story because he came out of it, came back and knew exactly what he wanted to do afterwards. And went to school and he became a medical illustrator and worked at the University of Florida. And then went on to actually make, if someone lost part of their skull, he started to make the thing that would help be the replacements for that. It's really quite something. Thanks, John. Yeah, Dave Peace. And now he's retired. Go to his Facebook page. Go to Dave Peace, Florida, his Facebook page. He's retired. John and I look at his page and a number of my other friends, and you just go, fuck, I wish I was with him today. He's actually the happiest retired person I fucking know. Every day it's like he's got like a margarita on the deck. I'm on the deck with my margarita. Just taunting all of us. This is from Chris, El Paso County, Colorado. Ranting as a comedy tool is pointless. It's the verbal form of public masturbation. The comedians spew something out that most people have the decency to keep to themselves. And the people watching have some vicarious thrill. Ultimately, they admit they would never do it, if only in the privacy of their own home. Yeah, so I can see why you watch the show, Chris. You must be thrilled. You sit there and go, fuck him. God damn it. Look, he's masturbating again. This is from Marie. What the fuck is the deal with laundry and dishwasher pods? Seriously, have we gotten so lazy we can't even pour detergent into a washing machine? Or have we become so stupid that we can't figure out where to put the detergent versus the fabric softener? Why am I so upset about these seemingly innocuous convenience items? I was recently given a container of these things to try by someone who thinks they are the best invention in recent years. Yup, She clearly needs to start to broaden her horizons and pick up a fucking book. First thing I noticed was all the warnings saying, keep away from children because they are toxic and kids want to eat them. Okay, so I have had my kids helping with laundry for years. Here is just another example of how we are delaying kids from learning responsibility and growing up to be functional adults and not perpetual adolescents who think it's appropriate to have their parents go with them on a job interview after graduating from college. So I showed them to my kids and I told them how to use them and not to play with them or put it in their mouth. Not rocket science for a 10 or a 12-year-old. I noticed immediately that my older son was mesmerized by the swirling colored pod as he kept squishing them between his fingers. I warned him once what would happen if he kept squeezing it, and that was it. Until about a week later. One morning, we were all rushing to get out the door. My husband comes out of the bathroom, calling to the boys to come to him. He then tells me the back of his shorts are all wet, and that the boys must have missed the toilet and peed on the floor. Our boys presented themselves before us, and my husband starts to go on about how they need to be more careful and how gross this is. The older one, with a big smile on his face, finally loses it, begins to laugh, and admits he put 2 Tide Pods between the toilet rim and the seat as a joke. Little bastard, I couldn't have been prouder. Well played, my son. Well played. This is from Silas. Why is Trump stupid enough to say people that are under an FBI investigation get papers? I haven't gotten any papers. He said this to Lester Holt. A civics class. Couldn't somebody have just taken him for a quick civics class? And then he also says, who the fuck decided we haven't seen Kellyanne Conway in a while? Let's put her back on the air. This is from Amanda. I've lost my faith. I've lost faith in my classmates. I, an 18-year-old, in all advanced classes, was asked by a classmate, another 18-year-old, in all advanced classes, whether or not penguins are reptiles. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to sit in a garage in a running car. What Kurt Vonnegut novel? This is from Lily. What Kurt Vonnegut novel do you suggest for my summer reading? Which one was your favorite? Well, the first one I read was Cat's Cradle, which was a life changer, but probably Slaughterhouse-Five. It's well worth your time. Breakfast of Champions. Fucking pick any one of them up. He's great. He really is. He had a profound effect on me in the way I look at things, and in a good way. Actually, you should read him. That's when I started reading. I read Catch-22 when I was 13, so talk about, on my father's suggestion, he goes, this is all you need to know about working in an office. It's the same thing. It's just like this in any office. Just read it. And it's like, holy fuck. Because he was howling at it. It was the first book I ever saw my father reading, and just, wow, this is fucking, oh, wow. I'm reading and going, oh, fuck, there's a war on here. Okay. This is from Cherie. Women who gossip to me. I don't want to hear some easy life bitch take issue with her neighbor lady's wardrobe, weight, shoes, fucking plastic surgery. And I'm a fucking shrink. I kick bitchy little assholes like that right out of my fucking office. You know why? Because they're beyond help. If that shit takes up your headspace, fuck you. Go down the road to a shitty therapist who will take your money to let you bitch and whine for 50 minutes a week. I can't stand that shit. I like my patients scared to step out of line in my office. That gets them ready to fucking function like a human in the big bad world. You're fucking welcome. Sorry I ranted. That's your job. Do your job, Mr. Black. I love you, even though I tripped on this opportunity to email you while looking up methods for reducing phlegm. I just love the fact that she wanted to share that. This is from Sean. I'm a physician, and this is a true medical study that was only recently completed. The study demonstrated that men who have more frequent ejaculations have a decreased incidence of developing prostate cancer than men who have less frequent orgasms. You may offer the suggestion that men should share this information with their wives or girlfriends as a reason to have sex. I like the fact that Sean, the doctor, told me to offer this as a suggestion. Now for the specifics of the study, which demonstrated that men who had 21 ejaculations a month had a 19% decreased incidence of developing prostate cancer when compared to men who had only 7 or 8 ejaculations a month. Better step up your game.
That's what I'm doing at the airport.
And then he gives me the punchline. I love doctors. He's like it's like he's writing me a prescription on how to, for your self-deprecating punchline, you can add the observation that if you had 21 ejaculations a month, your hand would be so riddled with arthritis that you wouldn't even care if you got prostate cancer. Thanks, Riverside. Thanks for watching tonight, folks. Thanks for everybody who wrote in.